here. Oh, and we're back. I'm here with Dwayne Allick.
How you doing?
And with this future 5-star over here, tackle right here. Dwayne, talking about being a 5-star. How did it get? How much preparation did it take to get to where you're at?
So I feel like when I first came to DeMatha sophomore year, I'm a transfer from Connecticut. Well, my old O-line coach, Coach Juice, he was telling me how I could come in, but I'm not gonna start right away. I need to work for my spot, and I felt like ever since then, I just was working to start a position, and then I just kept working and kept grinding. And I feel like all that hard work just is paying off right now.
And basically to where you're at now and where you're gonna be at in the future, since you're an uprising senior, who's a part of your process? Who's actually helping you get to where you're trying to get to?
Well, of course, my mom. She's a real big part of my process. She helps me through all the coach emails and inboxes and all that. And Coach McGregor, he's a big factor in my recruiting process. He came in recently in January, and he helped me through he helped me get a few of my recent offers at Boston College and LSU in Florida. And I feel like going forward, he's gonna help me as well. And another big factor I would say would be my teammates, older guys like DeMarco Helms and even some younger guys, but that had offers like Greg Penn or Jordan White. They helped me a lot through the process because they've been through it and I'm kind of new to it. So they helped me a lot. So yeah.
And who was your first offer, since you're talking about offers now?
My first offer was Rutgers University in Piscataway, New Jersey.
How did it feel to get that offer then?
It was I was livid. I was excited. Coach Brooks texted me, the old head coach now at Maryland. He texted me. He was like, "Congratulations, you got your first offer from Rutgers." And I was like, I couldn't stop smiling. It was one of the best days of my life, and it would be a day that I will never forget.
You taken any visits over there in Rutgers?
I actually did this past weekend. I went down to Rutgers. I got there Saturday morning, or midday Saturday, around 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock. And I went up and I just visited campus ahead of time. And then their junior day was actually on a Sunday, so I went there. We were all trying on the uniforms, and I had I played basketball up there against the coach. I beat him, by the way. And it was just a fun time, and I really enjoyed the atmosphere.
How was the feeling of you getting that first offer when Coach Brooks did text you?
I was real excited. I felt like a relief off my shoulders. Not getting an offer can be stressful, but because everybody want to go to college for free. So when I got the offer, it was kind of a relief off my shoulders, and I felt better about the process going on forward.
And then, what do you look for? What do you look for in a school? Because you're getting all these offers, and there's going to be many more that are coming along, coming and going. But what is the main thing that you're looking for in those schools?
The main thing I would say is great atmosphere. I feel like wherever I go, it has to be great people around me. I feel like the people around me is the most important thing because they're gonna be in my life. I'm gonna see them every day, and it could be I can have a good influence or a bad influence, and I plan on having a good influence and make sure people around me is good people. And I also want to have a good business program. My mom always tell me to look forward in life, and if football doesn't work out, what else? What's the next step? And I want to be a stockbroker, so they have to have a real good business program for the next step of my life.
So how do you see your future going along? Because you always have to have a plan B, plan A, plan B, keep planning ahead. How would it, what are your plans?
So first I gotta go to college, and I have to get my degree, whether it be in 3 years or 4 years. I made that promise to my mom, and then the goal is to go to the NFL and then retire. And after retirement, I'll have that degree from the whatever college I attend, and hopefully to go into the stockbroking industry, maybe even work on Wall Street, and from there just live my life.
Talking more about your degree, what are you doing now in high school to get to where you want to be as degree, like academic wise?
Well, next year I'll be taking personal finance, and DeMatha actually has a alumni, Victor Roy, senior vice president at a big stockbroking industry, and he's my mentor, and I've been really like asking him a bunch of questions, and he's been really answering them like what should I do, and like what should I major in, and how should I go about this, and how should I go about that, and like I feel like that's been a big help in like my school stockbroking side of me. So yeah.
Well, that's all I have for Dwayne Allick right here. Thank you for the interview.
Thank you.
And we'll be back after these few messages.
In a world of chaos, take an amazing journey. The destination?
Came and went like the summertime. Was that a sunset or sunrise? Looking back like where the time go. So much for trying to keep this moving slow.
And I'm here to mention more about the school surroundings and whatnot. I know DeMatha recently we just had a Jesuit Catholic college affair. It was held at the old gym on Tuesday to the 26th, and I know for a fact that there was many colleges there. It was a good experience for us juniors. It was only for juniors, by the way. It was a mandatory thing, and I know that the colleges that people that people have been wanting, they showed up there, and for a fact, I know a lot of juniors had a fun and a good experience there at the old gym. For sure, they'll be looking more into those colleges because they also had posters. They had many brochures. You know, they had a lot of stuff for the juniors to take home, to also look at, and to always to just keep in their hands and just keep looking at, and to gain more knowledge of what a college is expecting for at the next level. Also, the course selections, they just finished, by the way. You could change your classes if you wanted to, but you would have to go to the counselors to change that, and I know that's going to take a little bit more time of your day. And also the lunch, the new lunch rule. If you have a negative balance by March 1st, then you're not allowed to get no more lunch, and you would have to pay with cash, or you would have to put more money in your card. And
so I'm gonna be talking about the schedule change for the freshmen. Actually, next year, freshmen won't have, or their sophomore year, they won't have free periods because I think they're not using their time wisely, and I think the counselors are making that change. You as your freshman year, did you when you had free, or sophomore year, did you have you used your time wisely?
Yeah, I made sure I used my time wisely. I made sure I stayed in academic support. I made sure I got my homework done before school, so I wouldn't have to worry about that at home. I would always make sure that every time that I'm in academic support, or like when I have a free period, I always make sure like I'm doing something productive. I'm never like just sleeping or just like relaxing or thinking like it's a chill time. No, it's really a time to get your work done. That's what the DeMatha's intentions are for that free period.
Especially if you have sports and stuff like that.
Yeah, when you have sports,
to get ahead of your homework.
You always have to make sure you're always ahead of it, because at practice, you work out or you practice hard on the field, and you're gonna be really tired eventually after those practices, depending on how hard you work, and it's just gonna affect your mind mentally, and you're really gonna want to just like sleep it off, and you're not gonna really feel like doing any type of homework, and you're just gonna want to eat, take a shower probably, most definitely take a shower. But
it's better doing homework before practice, because then after practice you don't feel like doing anything. You're tired
of course.
And stuff like that. So, next up is SAT practice. People that want to improve their SAT scores, hoping that colleges will look at that. Next Saturday on March 9th is the day to do that. And the ACT mock draft is this Saturday. People got emails, so make sure to check those.
And I know the actual SAT is the next Saturday, March the 9th, and I know that many juniors from DeMatha many juniors and seniors are gonna be over there trying to improve their scores, trying to make sure that they've gotten the best score that they wanted, and to just make sure that they'll get into the proper college that they want to and that they've been dreaming for.
So is a good balance like between grades, SAT?
Yeah, you would have to also have good grades to also, a good SAT with good grades would look like really good on showing colleges that face to face. So,
instead of like doing really bad on SAT and homework or grades appearance. Like, balance.
Yeah, you would have to like keep it balanced, like a good SAT with good grades, not like good SAT with bad grade or bad SAT with good grades. It would have to be like at least a little bit equal.
So for sure, if that's the deal for you, like if grades are up here, SAT's down here, SAT practice is for you to kind of balance it out or make it your SATs better.
SAT practice test it is really like helping you prepare for the actual SAT, because you know how you're in the room for a long time, and then when your mind, when you're like in that room for a long time, you start to start to feel like, all right, let me just hurry this process up, and start like guessing. Right. That's when you start to guess. Then that's not really what you're supposed to do. You're really supposed to think it through, think it through.
Take your time.
And take your time. Just make sure that you're always getting those answers correctly, but also making sure that you're at a steady pace and never taking too slow.
And don't give up and just be like, okay, now I'm gonna guess on everything. Just take your time. Make sure you're doing your best.
To make sure you get the best outcome, and to always just make sure that you're really making sure how are you gonna actually take the SAT when it actually when it actually counts. So
prepare you.
Well, that's all we have for today. I hope you have a good day. And I'm Anthony Romero.
Alberto Aviles.
And we're signing out.